The research that I do has to do with the most rare systemic autoimmune rheumatic disorders, including lupus. And this type of diseases affect mainly women. And it's hard to do research on those diseases mainly because it's not attractive for researchers, because it's hard to find money. And I actually started doing my research, first of all, finding how many people are affected in BC. Through my research, I found that most of the systemic autoimmune rheumatic disorders, which is the number that we use to group all these rare disorders. These disorders include lupus, scleroderma, polymyositis, dermatomyositis, Sjogren's syndrome, and systemic vasculitis. My idea was to pull all these diseases together in order to attract attention. And there's a biological explanation and rationale to use that, because pretty much the pathology and the systemic symptoms are pretty much the same. The treatment that we use is pretty much the same, and the complications are pretty much the same. So the most well-known disease is lupus, but it's still a rare disease. Pretty much the numbers are 1 in 1,000, but the mortality of these young women is 3 times more than the general population. Usually the disease affects women between the 30 and 45 years at start. And we finally found that the total numbers in BC, pretty much from 1990 to 2007, we identified that in BC there are, up to 2007, around 5,000 women, and one with lupus. And from these, we also calculated how much they cost. And over these 12 years of data, we found that the cost of the disease was $181 million, which you would think, well, 5,000 people cost as much as, or double or triple than other more prevalent diseases. And in fact, that's what I tried to do to attract attention, because if they die young and they cost a lot, the society loses a lot of productive individuals. And when we group all these systemic autoimmune rheumatic disorders, the cost was around $500 million, almost close to $600 million over this 12-year period. And that actually is very striking, because among all rheumatic disorders, this is probably the most costly ones, but they're rare. So the next step is to assess what are the causes of death in these individuals. And we're working right now on the risk of heart attacks, infections, renal disease, cancer, and at the end of the day, the overall cause of mortality specific for BC.